Hello folks, my name is Daryl from The Dad Life. I have another video for you that I'm doing today. The first video I did was on this beautiful smoker here. I took a cheap Char Griller Pro smoker and turning it into a nice high-end smoker. So this video that we're going to talk about today is about seasoning, and a few things you're going to need for seasoning. Definitely going to need one of these. I picked this up at Home Depot. It was like $9. You're going to need charcoal. So go ahead and just rip this thing off and get this thing going here. Got to get these coals going, get them good and hot. And this thing here, it's got like a little quick release on it. You don't really need that, but it's just what they had at Home Depot and it was cheap enough. So I'm going to come over here to my other grill. It's got a little side burner on it. I'm just going to light this bad boy here. There we go. And we're just going to stick that on there so we can get these coals burning here a little bit. So while that's burning, we're going to come back over here. And for seasoning this thing, what we're going to need, first we're going to pull these grates out here. We can see them. People use these grates for searing. I'm not going to really use them, so I'm just going to stick them off to the side. My main focus is on this right here. So I told you in my last video what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use bacon grease, which I've already melted down. Everybody has bacon grease in their refrigerator. If you don't, you should, because that's just what we do. Anyway, you can use bacon grease for many things. You need a nice throwaway brush here. And I told you I was going to use bacon grease and olive oil. So I'm using a Costco extra virgin organic olive oil here. And I'm just going to pour some in this cup. I'm going to use about 1/4 cup. This is the knife I scooped the bacon grease out of. I'm just going to kind of stir that around in there. You want to mix that up real good. This is going to be our seasoned sauce. There we go. This is an old trick that's floating around out there, and I've done it many times myself, and I just really enjoy it. And we want to, when we season, I'm going to take everything off here. Oh, one other thing, if you come over here, I told you in my last video I was going to take this little flange here and bend it to cover these bolts so I didn't screw it in, and as you can see I did that, and it's just kind of sitting there. And this is the heat baffle here. And we're going to take everything out. We're going to start from scratch here. I'm going to pull these bricks out because we don't need to season the bricks. Okay, go ahead and going to just paint this like you're painting a building here. Just going to dip it in there. Just start going to town. And you just want to coat every little thing in here. You want to get all the edges. You want to get all the bolts. You want to get everything here. So I'm going to go ahead and coat this whole entire barbecue here. So just another side note here, while I'm coating this grill. As you can see, I got most of it coated. I'm going to put these things back in and coat them. But the reason why you want to coat everything in the grill is because you want to make sure it kind of makes that coating a protective coating from rust, and it kind of makes everything non-stick as well. And it smells good. I mean, who doesn't love the smell of bacon? So, now you can see that I completely coated everything. I put everything back. I did both sides of the grates and everything. Everything in this barbecue is completely sealed with bacon grease and olive oil. It just, if you can be here and smell it, just smells amazing. So I got my smoke here. As you can see, the coals are almost red hot, ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and dump them in to the smoker box here. Because I'm going to be dumping it in, I don't think I need to use that quick release thing. Came with it, but just gonna do that, kind of fan them out. So normally you could use charcoal, wood, whatever you want. I'm gonna use a mixture of both. Instead of using mesquite or something like that, something real expensive, I got some stuff, regular firewood laying around the house that I'm gonna use. This is actually I think it's an oak, and I'm just gonna put it on there, kind of spread these out a little bit, get those going. I'm just gonna stick this right on the grill just like that. So what we want to do is we want to heat this thing up to about between 250 275. We want to let this burn. You can go ahead and close this now. We'll open up the little grate on the side, let the flames start going in here. I'll go ahead and close this. So what we want to do is we want to basically let this thing bake with that fire burning here for at least 2 hours. And then we're going to open this up again, and we're going to recoat just the grates with bacon grease and olive oil again. And then we're going to let it burn for another hour. And once that happens, let it cool down. We'll keep it at a consistent temperature here. We'll see how well these gauges down here work compared to this guy up here. And then from there, we'll just keep our eyes on it for temperature rating, and be back with you soon. So just a quick little side note. I got this thing going. It's been going now for a couple minutes. You can see that the temperature gauges are both starting to rise, and they're both consistent on both sides. And that's what we really want. You can see the temperature on top, it's raising. Of course, the heat's going to come up here first. Then it's going to come down. Got the fire going. See, the wood's already caught on fire and stuff. And you can see the smoke just pouring out. When I open this thing up, you can just see all that smoke just in there, just cooking and stuff. And that's what you want. You want to have all that smoke, and it just smells so wonderful. And I haven't even cooked anything yet. Okay. Folks, we're about 35 minutes into this burn here, and just want to show you wood's burning real nice in here, burning pretty good. And it takes a little bit of time for the temperature to get up, but something that I noticed is I was watching these gauges, you know, coming back and forth. And right now these gauges, as you can see, they're pretty consistent here with the temperature gauge. We're reading close to 200 degrees, a little bit over 200. And the baffles that are inside the grill, I wanted to do a simple little test. And what I did is I'll just open this up, let that smoke pour out here. I went ahead and I removed one of the grates and scooted it over. And then I scooted this one over. As you can see, the baffles here on the edge here. And what I did is I scooted the thing over. So I scooted the baffle over. I used a knife actually to do it. I just opened up the gap like that, and I closed everything down because I wanted to see what the temperature difference, if there was going to be a difference. And I noticed that when I did that and lowered it back down, on this gauge here, we were actually getting less of a reading than gets this gauge over here.
Look, it's already down to
as you can see, it's already down. Yeah, it's a lot of air cooled it off already, but you can see just the difference as it's heating back up, how it's heating up differently. So what I did then is I opened the box. You can see how much it's off already. So what I did is I just scooted the baffle back all the way to the edge, and then I moved the blades back. And I just watched it. I wanted to see just how consistent that these were. You know, I'm kind of testing these out too as they go. And it took a little bit of time to catch back up to 200, but that's where we're reading right now. And with the baffle all the way to the edge, these are pretty consistent across the board, which is wonderful. So we're just going to go ahead and let this burn for a little while. I'll see you in about 2 hours, and we'll go from there. Hey folks, we're back. It's been about 2 hours now. We're going to go ahead and lift this bad boy up. I went ahead and moved the baffle over during that time, just because I wanted everything to kind of cook consistently in there. So now we're back. See how the coloring in this thing looks. It's nice and dark, and it's nice and coated and everything. Everything's looking real good. So now this is the time when we're just going to recoat these grates again, really good, and then we're going to let it soak for another hour, and then should be good to go. And then we can start doing some smoking on it. So once we get this thing all coated, we'll go ahead and button everything up, and there you go. So hopefully, I hope you guys like this little show here that I'm doing for you. If you like what I'm doing here, go ahead and click thumbs up. You can go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I'm known as the Dad Life, and I'm going to be doing other videos on cooking. I do construction, so I'll be doing constructional videos, and just a lot of different things, you know, that dads kind of have to go through on a daily basis with family, kids, work, the day-to-day, you know, all that good stuff. So, hope you guys all enjoyed this, and have a wonderful evening. This is Daryl checking out, Northern California. Enjoy the sunshine.